freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to Bronze to Mythic. So we got to our account from Bronze to Mythic, episode 17, draft 17. Been a few interesting drafts here so far. We're a little cold the last few drafts. That's okay. We're in Diamond. We're rolling along here. 17 drafts in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, support the content, hit the buttons, follow the channel. If you like the show, if you want to see it succeed, if it makes you happy, hit buttons. That makes me happy. All right. It's a mutual happiness agreement we got going on here. All right. So let's draft. Let's do this. Karn just walked in the room and walked out. Didn't even go into his bed. Just wanted you to know that he's here and willfully ignoring the stream and not going to work. So, we got some cards here. Oh man, these cards are so good together. Oh my god. So, Thopter Fabricator's Gas. 4/4 flying vehicle for 3. Draw your second card, make a Thopter, crew 2. So, this is a really cool build around. It's not always great, but it could be really, really good. Unfortunately, the card is really good with here is Aether Siphon, which is a phenomenal card, but not going to table. I mean, there's a Flood the Engine and a Barrage. It could. I think that, like, taking Fabricator, your goal is to be the Cycling deck, or maybe just an Artifact deck. This back is too thin if these cards table. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7 good cards in this back. We count the land as 8. So, I would say that it is possible we table a blue card here. Probably not. But let's take Fabricator, and let's try maybe draft the blue-red deck. I haven't actually been that deck yet, so... We've been black-red cycling, which is not actually a deck. But, okay, so you can pass the back here. We see a rare missing. We've got a Lynx, which is pretty great, but white is terrible. And then we got Road Rage is fine. Pact Altera is kind of gas. Pact Altera, of course, is great with the Fabricator if you're drawing cards and doing the thing, while also just being excellent anyway. And, like, if we're just, like, a blue-black artifact deck with, like, 3 ways to draw cards, it's still good enough as a vehicle, I think, too. So, Pact Altera is great. I don't think you could take another card here besides that card, honestly. I mean, maybe you take Road Rage if you're, like, absolutely hell-bent on being blue-red, but that's, like, not... Like, blue-red is, like, one of the worst archetypes, and it's really, really hard to put together, so I don't think there's a reason to try and do that aggressively. So, yeah, obviously, we first picked the Demir Gearhulk in last draft, and now we're not going to get one now, but whatever. So, we get past a Carrion Cruiser, which is fine. Good card.
But it's all thanks to my crew, really.
Otherwise, that of a pack that's pretty bad. This pack is like the most filler common pack of all time. And then there's 2 just pretty bad rares. Tried being mono red a few drafts ago. Never got any copies of this card, unfortunately. But yeah, Cruiser's great here. Good start to the artifact deck.
Because of our affinity for disobedience.
All right, let's just keep on doing the thing. Hellride. Good card. Nothing else here is remotely choosable. You know, Crash and Burn and Sloth are both okay, but where's, we first picked Gearhulk last draft, couldn't play it. This draft, blue-black is super open. And now we come to a pretty interesting choice here. So you got a lot of good options here. Our deck is very open, which is great. It's a late gunner. You can see no green cards here. These drafts we're looking at. What's up, Ross? Thanks for the raid. These drafts we've seen recently are really indicative of how formats are self-correcting. Green is like literally never open anymore. It's the best color by far. Everyone's fighting over it, and it is the best color by far. But yeah. So Gunner is obviously insane with Fabricator. But we have a great-looking blue-black artifact deck here. There's no reason to get frisky with this. Bobble's a great pick. I mean, Serpent Optimizer would also be fine in our deck. I doubt we'll table one of them, but yes, take the Bobble and just keep on doing our thing and get past a pack that is not very good.
Still a piece of garbage.
Kind of just don't want any of these cards. The Wrangler is, it's playable, I guess. I guess the Counterspell is like okay. Not big fan of his card, but it is, like, I guess, playable in a pinch. The rest of the pack is pretty bad. Quick Welder, you don't want to be, like, 3 colors. You could splash, but that's not a card we want to splash. So, Purposing Bays, pretty bad, yeah. So, pretty hard to make that one work. And pick 7, another gunner. Man. Okay. Now we're picking against cards that are all pretty mediocre. So we can just speculate on gunner here. Yeah, I'll take the gunner. We'll speculate on gunner. That's fine. It's a phenomenal card. And a Stingray. Okay. Also a Flood the Engine. I mean, Flood the Engine is a better card than Stingray is. But, Skyray, whatever. But, and we have no card draw stuff, really. I think Flood the Engine is the right pick. We also might table, though. If all these blue cards are here, we might table one of the drawy effects. All right, I'll take Flood the Engine. Oh. Folks, you can see here how people underrated this card, right? Luis's ranking was unplayable. That's very, very wrong. This would be unplayable in most draft formats, not this one. This is a very slow format. This card's actually insane. Like, on par with some rares. It's an excellent, excellent card in this format. You gotta build around it, but it is so good. And obviously insane with our rare, too. So, great start to our draft here. Just gonna take the Octopus and hopefully not play it. But again, with a Aether Siphon in your pile, you're much happier about that. So, very grindy format. I would say we're very unlikely to splash the gunner at this point. But we'll see. All right. Another repurposing pay. Sure. All right. So, good pack for us, though. Strategist, Breaker, Bauble, Wicker Folk, all great. Tough call. Tough call, honestly. Second Bauble, worse. I mean, if we didn't already have a Bauble, I think I would take the Bauble. Already having one, diminishing return started to seep in. Wicker Folk's a good blocker. Breaker's, like, good if we have more removal. I don't think you want Strategist. I think it's just too clunky. Yeah, I think it's Wicker Folk. I think the Artifact is the tiebreaker for me. Grim Bauble's another card that, like, similar to... Oh, wow. That's nice. Grim Bauble is similar to Aether Siphon, where, like, this card would be insane in most recent formats, but because it's not about small ball little doofers, and the games go long, it's just, like, not as good as it would be. So, I would love Wicker Folk here, but we're slamming the Merfolk, obviously. So, this is a just an exhaust, draw a bunch of cards kind of card.
One time.
Good stuff.
One time.
And, yeah, all right, cool. I would say we're looking very nice here. Spike Show Harrier, awesome. Just a great card. Flood is good too, but like Harrier's much better, I think. Late Gunner, but we're very locked into our deck. We're not splashing at this point. Our deck is just looking really nice. So take the Harrier. All right. I know I just said we're not splashing, but Pathmaker is a card that is worth a splash. It is very powerful and splashable. And honestly, no blue or black card is even worth playing here. So, yeah, sure. Might not play it, but we'll see if the lands work out. Transit Mage, awesome. Just so good in these decks. Finding Pact Altair and then having some versatility beyond that is absolutely insane. So, yeah, slam Transit Mage. We are off to the races here. Yeah, however hard the last few drafts have been, this thing is just like just going here. Get the Harrier with the Mage also. Yep, it's good stuff. Okay, so now we're looking at second Bauble or first Tranquil Cove for our splash. And I think I like the Tranquil Cove. I think we'll get a Bauble at some point. I think we're also great on playables. So there's a chance we don't splash, don't even play this. But I think that you don't want to end the draft with like 28 playables, right? There's no point in doing that. So taking a land here gives us more options. There's also some white cards you can open too. So this back sucks. Automaton. Actually, you know what? Automaton's pretty good in our deck. So this card is the Omen Speaker. And this can activate our Siphon, which is great. Cassian's very sad. That's all I really have going for us, but also just an artifact and a blocker. Much better than the 08 is in our deck too, so. Oh, sad Cassian. Oh no. Cassian, our deck is good this time. What are you crying about, man? Someone didn't take a nap. This is what happens when you don't take a nap, folks. I know, I sound like that every single day. All right, Cassie, go take a nap, dude.
No, you would not.
No naps? All right, well, Mr. No Naps. Paying the price. We're not playing any of these cards, so whatever. Heavy is just, like, not super exciting. I guess it does cycle for the thing. Sure. It's like not an artifact. That just takes whatever. It's not very exciting in our deck. Spell Pierce. Yeah, just take the Hollow. Howler's fine. It's not an artifact. I like to have almost all artifacts in my artifact decks if possible. It's fine. We could have taken it, but there's another one. I want the Optimizer though. Yeah, just Howler's Heavy is an okay card, but like it's not really that exciting, and the Optimizer's great in their deck. So keep the artifacts coming. So far, Splash not looking great, but our deck's looking great. So great curve. Some powerful cards. Monument. Curse Cloth Wrappings. Okay. This card is very good, but it is very, very slow. It's also a card that really wants you to have some rats. I don't even have that many creatures in our deck either. We are not a very good Curse Claw Wrappings deck. We already have a few really slow cards take over the game. Second Carrion Cruiser is fine. We can tutor it. All right, we're gonna take it. It needs some work, but you really want to have like a rat or two, because your goal with a card like this is a card that you play it, it has no effect on the board at all, and then you just like hope to untap safely. Having the 1/1 rat, so you can trade that off early and then play this on turn 5, and then play a rat from the graveyard immediately, is a huge way to make it effective before you turn you play it. So looking for some rats here. Another not so great pack. Just gonna take the Voyage home. Might not splash it, but if we can make the fixing work, it's really, really good in our deck. So yes, so chat's noticing that. So the ratings here you see, this is the untapped overlay, untapped.gg. Draftsmith, very good helper. The number you see at the bottom is the number you want. It's the number that takes into account all of the games ever played on Untapped alongside the cards you already have. The number up here is the blanket rating of the card, absent of all other statistics. And the number here is the static ranking from LSV or Reed or Martin when the set first came out. So this is a set that was very hard to evaluate. I missed a lot of my evaluations also. And they don't update these numbers, unfortunately, which I've given feedback they should. So you can see here how a lot of the evaluations early on were quite poor for some of these cards. But all right, Mangler or Bauble? Let's take the Bauble. Second Bauble's fine. Third Bauble's sketchy, but this pack is bad. Back on Track is not very good. I don't think we're playing any of these cards. There's a Gallant Strike if we were to splash, but I don't think Spell Pierce is very good. The games go very long. It just goes dead too fast. If you're looking for a way to win a game, sure, it's definitely can do that, but I think Bounce Off is bad. I don't want to play that card. All right, I'm taking the Gallant Strike. It's not really a tempo format. We have plenty of early removal. If you're desperate for an early removal spell, whatever. But all right, Column's great. So Column helps our splash. That's fantastic. That's now 2 white sources. I would love another land if possible, but another Pit Automaton. It doesn't go well with that many of our cards, but it does go really well with the ones that we have. It's also a Locust Spray, which I'm not super high. And if we're not getting in combat that much, then the spray is whatever. I'm going to take the Automaton. Second Aether Siphon. That was... A second Aether Siphon is a little sketchy. I don't know if we could siphon that hard. Like, Automaton number 3 is a bit much too. All right, I'm taking the freaking Siphon, whatever. Now I want that bounce off back. Yeah, with 2 Siphons, I play bounce off, but another Hell Ride for more vehicles, which is not great. All right, there's your bounce off, so easy game. Okay, and then trip up. Mangler tables. Oh, that's a miracle for us. We love that. All right, so cool. Let's take a look at what we got here. Our deck is pretty good. It's a little awkward. We have some 0 power creatures and some vehicles. These Haunted Hell Rides are not very good in our deck. Our deck isn't really about that. Our deck is about just staying alive. So our splash is doable. We have Cove, Column. Okay. Definitely cutting at least 1 Hell Ride. Our Wrappings is pretty bad too, honestly. We have like literally 9 creatures. So that's not really the game I want to be playing. I mean, second Siphon is much better than the first Wrappings is. I think Howler's Heavy is pretty interesting now. And then Arby's white cards playable. The white cards are a little tough. Our mana base is not bad. I mean, like our black, we actually only have 6 black cards. And they're all single pips too. So I think the splash is doable. We'll play like, you know, whatever, 5 swamps, 2 plains, something like that. And then we need to cut 1 more card. Both Hellride and Karen and Cruiser are not looking particularly great here. I'm going to cut the Hellride. The Cruiser's buying is like you're like recur my grindy cards. High get speed for Siphon. You don't really need to. You just like draw a bunch of cards. And then we do have like Wicker Folk and Pact Altair and stuff, like so you'll eventually win, but like you just draw cards and figure it out later, you know? We have Pact All and Mage to go find it. This is 24 cards, 2 automatons. This might be a 17 land deck. 16 is the baseline of best of 1, but like we just want to make every land drop with 2 Siphons in our deck. So what can we cut? The Howler's Heavy is pretty bad. We're not really getting combat at all, so not really a trick. So I think it's good. So we'll splash the Voyage Home and the Pathmaker. I think the counterspell is far better than the Hellride. Hellride's a great card if you're attacking, and we're not really attacking that much. We are definitely like, we are a full-on, super slow control deck. We're just going to sit here and kill stuff and block and siphon away. We are a little lacking in like actual hard removal for that. We only have to flood the engine, so that's a little scary. But whatever, we'll figure it out. We have a Guided Strike too, actually, or Gallant Strike if we're splashing. Gallant Strike does answer some of the problems that we have and does cycle if we have the thingy. I could buy a strike. I think Automaton is just so good with Siphon that we're just going to force it in there. Maybe the Cruiser's just bad. Yeah. It's not a bad card, but like we just don't crew it very well. We have 3 0 power creatures. And we just don't need that kind of grind in our deck. Alright, so cool. Yeah, so kind of like a weird like blue splash black and white deck. This is what we have 4 black cards and 3 white cards, which is fine, honestly. We play like 9 blue sources and split the black and white. Need more black early for Bobble Wicker Folk, but that's fine. All of our white cards are late game. But I think this deck is pretty good. And I am pleased. So let's add some lands. We got the Cove in the backwater. Like 3 plains, 4 swamps, and a bunch of islands. So that would be 10 blue, 5 black, 4 white. I think I want to play 1 more black source. 9 blue is plenty, and I want to have Bobble and Wicker Folk early. So I think I like that. If our mana base was better, we could play the Raceway. It's a way to loot with our Fabricator and stuff. It's obviously difficult to do, but once you get Siphon online, you can win the game that way too, but it's not really necessary or palatable with the our mana base. So 17 lands. A lot of gas. and a little lighter removal, but I think our deck's kind of sweet. So, yeah. All right, cool. As for artifacts, folks, what do you think? 7 wins, yay or nay? YouTube folks, take a second, pause the video, scroll the comment, like in the video along the way. Let me know, are you a believer or a non-believer? Hard control, 7 wins, yay or nay? What do you think? Also, the cyclers are pretty good with my automatons, so like there's a little extra value there as well. So, let's do it. Man, they're just parading out the mythic opponents for us. Whatever, chat. Coming out with me. Hand is lacking black, but we're going to keep it. Island go. Gallant Strike. So yeah, I think Gallant Strike is the perfect splash in this deck. I would just say this chat, but when you splash a card, your goal for splashing is to answer something that your deck is currently weak in, right? So if your deck is currently, you know, poor at killing larger creatures, this does that. And it cycles too, which is great. So, all right. So, fortunately, my opponent's got the Slick Imitator. And usually this card is heinous because it can never attack on turn 2, but this time it can, so it sucks. We probably are going to cycle this strike because they aren't green either, so... Alright. I guess he got me. We'll just not draw our turtle, which is our other target for the mage.
Speed is essential, Lieutenant.
Black Source. Siphon. Okay. That's fine. We can't stop the... Can't stop the heat here. They're getting speed next turn no matter what. Do we just like suck it up in backwater? And then play Pactol Terror? Man. Really awkward hand. Yeah, playing Mage. It's Mage this turn, and then what's the next turn look like? Pretty bad. See, I was Backwater. All right, play Backwater, say go. We can bounce off in desperation if we just need to get a big thing off the board. There's a chance they just, like, exhaust this thing, honestly. In which case, I would definitely bounce off. They will not, though. Alright, so this thing can copy anything. It reads like it would copy an instant sorcery, but actually can copy any spell. And they're going to Clamorous Ironclad. Alright, they are coming in hot. Alright, so we're bouncing that for sure. A little tempo bounce, not feeling great about that, but is what it is. We draw planes. Here's Pactol Terror. And we're just going to hope that they can't answer this. They are on 3 speed, so I'm very close to achieving maximum velocity.
Increase speed full throttle.
Oh, don't attack like this and make me put my tail to the test. So here comes the Buccaneer, not the Imitator. This looks like a Lightning Strike. Where they would just pump the Buccaneer and then strike it. We really, really need Pactol Terror to hit here. But it's also really, really important for us to keep them off max speed because it's Imitator. This is tough. Pactol Terror is just so important. Copying a spell is pretty sick, though. It is. They didn't think for a bit, and it is like a pretty free attack, and they plan on pumping anyway. Ross says, block, you coward. That's a pretty valid argument, honestly.
You look terrible.
It's not a free attack. It forces them to not cast the Ironclad. They have to actively want to exhaust. What gets us here is a burn spell. Yeah. All right. They have a 2-drop too, so literal worst case scenario. All right. That's pretty bad for us. And Bobble says no targets. Grim Bobble freaking sucks.
Still
Like-
a piece of garbage.
All right. Jeez. We're at 19. I mean, copying the Ironclad's pretty bad. At least that's a thing. We can mage for the stupid 4/4. Ugh. Just waste a lot of mana. Ay, 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 ay. And then Pathmaker next turn is not great either. I guess Mage makes Pathmaker better. Alright, sure.
I'm Luigi, number one.
Say go. God, if this thing could just kill actual anything, it'd be very, very big game. Spike Shell does give insurance against the Imitator, yeah, but it's still not great. Like I've never seen this card even cast. It's pretty bad, but turn 2 on the play gets a slow draw. I suppose it's fine. Oh, come on. That's a bobble target at least. So we got that going for us. They are coming in. All right, take 6. They can copy their thing too. All right. So next turn is Harrier and Bobble, which is not too bad. We might actually come out of this okay. They copy the Ironclad. We bounce the copied token. They do have a Road in play. You get to kill the Merfolk and bounce this. And have a 4/4 blocker in play. Sure.
Somebody's playing a prank.
Think you're funny, huh? Alright, that's fine. Think you're funny? That's cool. Whatever. Alright, so here's Harrier. This will lower their speed too, right? Doesn't matter now, I guess, but... Alright, kill the Merfolk. We lose the game on the spot if I untap with that, so... Say go. We don't have great blocks in the Ironclad, but if that's their only attack, then so be it. Alright. It's funny, bobbling... Never mind, it's not dead weight. Alright, no blocks. Speed back to 9. Whatever. It's pretty good. Oh, if they had brick for... Oh my god, man. Everything's going wrong. If they had brick for a turn there, we had a chance to get back into this game. They did not brick. They hit. Pit Automaton, Guide Light Optimizer, Midnight Mangler, Bigger Folk. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we actually were, like, in decent shape without a big flyer coming down. But, sure. Pathmaker, search. 2 or less ghosts to the battlefield. We need that right now. So it's going to be the Wrangler, I think, or Mangler. Say go.
Who's alone in the vehicle?
I mean, if they draw another crew, we're like basically dead.
A brilliant player can get a strong hand cracked, go on tilt, and lose his mind along with every single chip in front of him.
Well, if it was a good turn last turn, it was a good draw this turn also. Runner, Guardians for our opponent.
I've always felt a certain affinity toward them.
I don't think we have any outs anymore. So, our just dead, right? So, we have effectively, we can double block this. Yeah, we're just, all right, whatever. All right. That game stunk a little bit, but sure, whatever, is what it is. Definitely a lot of rough beats all around that game, but it's fine. Remember, folks, we are brought to you by Rogue. Of course, Rogue Energy. If you're an energy drink fan, Rogue's one of the biggest names in the business. But if you're not a caffeine guy like me, you want some hydration in your life, check out the Rogue Hydration line. No sugar, no caffeine, 5 calories. Just good stuff, honestly. Great flavors. It's cheap. You buy a tub, lasts you for like a month. And you can check it out on rogueenergy.com. Use promo code JimDavisMTG for 20% off your order, rogueenergy.com. Rough games today. Jesus. Oh, wrong button. Everything's fine. Everything's beautiful. Except for this hand. But we're keeping it. Whatever. Draw land. Get Prince and Mage going. 2 things we can cast. 2 things we can cast with any land. Mage is pretty good. Old nesting bot's got nothing on my freaking O2s, so. We play Optimizer, we can double Automaton. We draw land. Obviously, I still want to cast Transit Mage, though, so this is fine. Play Automaton, say go. Let's D up against the robots here.
You have an affinity for shiny things.
Black, white. Scrap, get back. Sure. Alright. Draw land. Transit Mage for Pact Altar. No black yet. We'll find it eventually. And then we're just... Obviously, our deck wants to play a long game, so that is what we're going to try and do. So there you go. Sure. So, Black-White's a really weird archetype because the Embalmed Descendant doesn't really fit into any deck that makes sense. Black-White Artifact's not really good there. If you're an aggressive Black-White deck, it's kind of whatever. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's good, but, like, there isn't really, like, a sack theme. It's just, like, a fine card, but not great. But, sure. So, we draw a column, insane draw. And we have a bauble available. Do we even want to kill the Ascendant? It's not doing anything yet. The 2/2's not doing anything yet either. We have Pact Altar for extra triggers and stuff. Yeah, plenty of targets here, obviously. So, I'm just going to say go. We're going to wait. I'm going to be a little greedy. You want to bolt down my mage, whatever. We could also... Ugh. I think this card is good. I agree, but I feel like there's a lot of times where you're just like black-white artifacts and you just like, or like Esper artifacts and you just like get past this card and not sure what to do with it because you're either splashing black or white too. Draw Trip Up, which is actually pretty good. We can cycle that off of the Automaton. All right, let's Pact Altar. They have a way to kill it, that would suck, but they're not there on this thing just yet. We have a lot of artifacts stuff next turn, so. These last few drafts, let me tell you, what a curve out, you know? What a curve out. All right, so that's the 3rd speed without ever having to attack. Now we're definitely in the market for killing the Ascendant. Can flood one of these too, but ugh. All right, so let's cycle this. Drop Voyage Home. That's kind of gas. And Aether Siphon. So, let's just dump some stuff in play here. We only have 4 mana. We could just Siphon draw a card, which is kind of gas too. We're not really in danger of dying yet. We have some life gain here also. Just bobble down this Ascendant and Siphon. I think getting the Siphon down before Voyaging is a lot better. This will cost later. Well, it'll be cheaper later. So, should get Siphon down. Get the machine online.
On the machine!
And then bobble down this Ascendant. And then now we're just in great shape. We just say go. We got good blocks lined up. We got a card draw lined up. They have Compactor. We've already gotten a lot of value off our Pactile Terror anyway, so... Alright. Dueling Terrors. Here comes the 2/2. Sure. So... At this point, we do have more artifacts to drop, so Pactile Terror has a lot of value still. I'm pretty happy with this. Like, we can make them use their Compactor and still gain 3 life effectively. Or we can take 6 and just do it next turn. The problem is, like, these Pactile Terrors are really going to start adding up. We're going to draw off Siphon, which is great. We have Voyage Home to gain some life also. We can draw some lands, of course, but... They can just kill Pactile Terror for a bunch of mana next turn anyway. Let's wait. Doubling on a Terror. That's cute. Put the 2/2 in the Pactile Terror on one of the Terrors, forcing them to either lose a Terror or use the Compactor on the 2/2 and keep it alive. It's actually pretty interesting. Tell you what, every once in a while, chat, you have a good idea, you know? I think I like that a lot, actually. They have Overdrive, we get blown out, but whatever, honestly. We have Flood the Engine too, so... Overdrive is pretty ridiculous. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot too. Mr. Block here. Man, I'm sorry, folks. We're
Whoops.
an hour 7 of a stream. You know, give me a little grace here. You know what? I actually don't want to do this. I'm doing this. I've decided that Overdrive is far too damning in this scenario. So, draw a Siphon. All we want to do is extend the game and not die, right? So, with a Siphon in play, we have Siphon, Voyage Home, Flood the Engine. We're at a 13. We're going to gain some more life, though. Also, Mindspring Merfolk. Cool. So, we have 5 mana. We can go Automaton, Optimizer, Merfolk. We almost want them to scrap Compactor the Merfolk and not the Pactile Terrors. I don't mind just casting it, honestly. Yeah, I'm pretty cool with that. So let's go Automaton. Pactile. Speed to maximum.
Prepare ship for ludicrous speed.
Yeah, and then we're going to play the bait. Because with Aether Siphon and Voyage Home, we just don't need this card. Pactile Terror is much more important. So let's try and draw 5. Let's give him something else to shoot at, Captain Sulu. Right? Give him something else to shoot at. All right, awesome. And now our blocks are pretty good, too. Pride of the Road. Okay, that's a little scary. I'm not going to lie. Double strike potential here. But we have Flood the Engine, Voyage Home. The mill train is online. So every time we draw a card, they mill 2. And now we have the Voyage Home as well. Yeah, I think the Flood has to go on the Pride. I might just block here, actually. 6 damage is a lot with 2 Pactile Terrors in play. Let me draw a card first, see what happens. Draw. Ooh, an 08's pretty cool. Never mind. 08 deals the Pride of the Road perfectly. And that's why you draw first. If you ever have a chance to draw a card before making a decision, always do it. That's why. So, that being said, I'm still going to block. I think the second Automaton's very redundant. And I think it's worth 6 life in this board, so... Cool. So, that dies. Draw Fabricator. Oh my god. Well, folks, we're off to the old races, as they say sometimes. I think they say that sometimes. Here's a Fabricator. Whenever you draw your second card, each turn make a Thopter. And we're going to Voyage Home. gain life, draw life. We draw a bounce off too.
Bingo!
And Pact Altair going. Oh my god, this is art in motion, folks. Poetry in motion is what we're doing right now. Play a land. We, yeah, we're just gonna go. So, no attacks. We can always just bounce off whenever they target the Pride of the Road if we're feeling like we need to be a little more defensive, too. Pretty healthy 20 life here. More draws and mills coming. The game's just going to be over in a few turns because of Siphon, so... Their draw was great. Excellent, you know. Alright. Here's your double strike. Bouncing pack. Oh my god. Alright, sure. So this cruise for 2. We can get the Fabricator in on things as well. We have bounce off to defend it. Yeah, man. So let's do this. Having bounce off here is probably going to be the game. So, alright, so let's see. What does double strike? This guy. Just jump that. Try and block Pact Altair. The opponents decide they can not win the long game, so they are not even going to try. It's here actually. All right, pass priority. Siphon fuel on the Fabricator. We can bounce it actually. Just bounce it back to our hand with bounce off. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think that what they're doing is bad here. And it's just so good, honestly. So, let's draw first, see what happens. We draw Swamp. And they mill over an Artisan? Sure. We just bounce this, right? And just take nothing. Take 2. Yeah, this is great. That's game, folks. We're done here. Pretty weird splash, but... Alright, so mill 2. They have 11 cards left. Here's your Fabricator. Here's your land. I guess we need to, like, main phase draw to make the Fabricator work, but that's honestly just fine. So... Third Packdoll. Yeah, it's pretty good, but... And then play Mangler and Tyrant. Dragon Column kills them. Now they have 9 cards. We're not there yet. And Crack Column on their turn, too, which is kind of cool. You know what? I probably should have actually left the column up and used the Optimizer to cast the Mangler. So I can do it on their turn, but whatever. I screwed up. It's fine.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
I think we'll be okay. 21 life in this board. Yeah, really weird splash, right? Their deck does look pretty good. And they're just like splashing this like random Artisan. That is bizarre. But what do I know? What I know is we're going to win this game. So yes, cracking the column on their turn will make a Thopter as well, which is pretty sick. Their deck's good. And that first loss was a fluke, you know? I think that green rare is good. Like, giving trample's pretty big. Putting an artifact is pretty big. But I just wouldn't splash it, you know? Those are just plenty of big, dumb idiots in green. We're like, that's a little scary, but fine. Sure. Pack dolls for days. Bizzo said, did a really good job commenting in the RC. Thanks, my friend. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll do more. 18. It's funny how we should have no intention of actually killing them, like, with 2 through combat damage. And 2 more cards, please. And a thingy. That's 4. They just die on their upkeep, right? So we'll do, say, go, upkeep, go, upkeep, crack the column. And we even get some Pact Doll terror triggers, you know? Fabricator, Pact Doll terror, Oh, also mill your last 4 cards. That's cool too.
Game. Blouses.
Sorry. All right. I think his deck is nice, folks. I think that first match was a total fluke. We got Tron, folks. We're online. Superb defensive hand here. Oh, the Mage is even better. Just don't draw Pact Terror in our first 2 draw steps. That's all we need here. Just don't draw Pact Terror. It's our only target left, so we do the Harrier. So just please don't draw Pact Terror next turn. Damn. Alright, sure. I'm just cashing in right now. We can bounce this later. Just making sure it don't drop. We can get Pact Terror down, so. Mage for Terror. Thank you. And say no attack with the 08. Funny enough, I did attack for lethal with this card at the Pro Tour. I had Seed of Varma. Man, what a good draw. I had Seed of Varma. And this thing can attack and became a 7/7. They died. So they have a Rambler. I mean, our 08's still good. I mean, next turn, it's Pact into column plus engine. That's fine. Yeah. Say go. They have a kill spell. It sucks. If not, we're in great shape. We have column, engine, or Harrier. We don't have that much hard removal, so I think that, you know, being a little iffy with this is good, but harrying a Guardian's pretty bad, so. It's a big butt, folks. Three cards in hand. They had Aetherdrift, so yeah, alright, that's a much better target, so. Yeah. That's a good bounce target, so. Sure. Okay, bounce off. The Blocktopus. That's pretty funny. Alright, so I mean, bouncing the 5/6 is, we're going to flood it eventually. It's still pretty cheap though, right? It costs 3. Some value in leaving a bounce off as well to just like defend my Pact Terror. Do that next turn, I guess. All right. All right. We're gonna just think here for a second. We flood the Serpent. Bounce off is really good on the Serpent, but like I just can't cast spells and leave that up in a mana efficient way. This is tough. This is a tough call. I'm not sure what to do here. I gotta do something though, so all right, I'm just gonna cast this. I don't know if this is right or not, but if it's a 4/4 in play too, so whatever. Make them cast this again. Say go. Next turn we have column, flood the engine, and bounce off, which is kind of nice. So you draw one of our 2 siphons, you know? Gotta get these cards flowing. Don't like that. I mean, the 08's nice, but is bouncing a token in consideration? I don't think so. Like, it's reasonable, but PJ, good game, my friend. Okay. Alright, well, they're also equipped for the long game, apparently. Double Pathmakers. And we are drawing lands and not our Not our good cards. Okay, so here's a column. I guess we flood the flyer and just like we'll bounce off this thing if they try and commit mana to it. But we need to get some work done here. Like, our deck is full of card draw. Not full of it, I guess. We have lots of good card draw though. Eventually, this column can be more cards too. We should keep Pact All Terroring, but they are like just they're a pretty insane draw. Honestly, all the cards have been great. Yeah, they can turducken the Rambler into the Pathmaker. Alright. I mean, we have good blocks, so... The Serpent is the only really scary card, as far as killing us. Man, they have, like, the Artifact Precon over here. Go on. Okay. Yeah, the +2/+2. Bounce offing a Pathmaker is pretty bad, so I don't even think I would do that, but... Alright, so untap. We draw a Dismal Backwater. Very dismal indeed there. Very dismal indeed. We can bounce our own stuff. We could, like, bounce our own Harrier for an extra Pact-Doll trigger, for an extra speed trigger, and then bouncing the Gearseeker Serpent, but drawing Siphon would be pretty good. We're almost halfway through our deck without drawing either of our 2 Siphons, or our Voyage Home, or our Pathmaker. So, or our Minds here. Oh my god, we have Merfolk, too. We have 4 big card draw spells, and we found 0 so far. Where are they? Let me just say go. I think we'll bounce off the Serpent if they go for the activation. Which sucks, but... This can't find Siphon. This only finds 4s or 5s. It's not... Treasure Mage? No. What's the one that finds 3s? 2s and 3s? I don't know. Mad to jump the shark. I can't keep track anymore. Trigger Mage finds 0s or 1s. Treasure finds 6 or more. Trophy Mage. There you go. That's the one. Fire up the Rambler. Okay. Fire up the Pathmaker. Okay. This is a really sketchy attack, right? This deck looks horrendous for them. Our blocks are as such, and thereby really good for us. Have to assume they have a plan here, but we have bounce off, so it's fine. Alright, what do you got? We got them to use a Ride's End on the Harrier. So options here are to bounce the Gearseeker Serpent and save my 2/2. Or I just bounce the Harrier back to my hand, just cast it again next turn, bounce the Serpent, and Pact-Doll trigger. Yeah, that's good. Let's do that. Being able to target your own stuff with Unsummon is so important. Like, Into the Flood Maw is just like really bad card. We got a 10 though. We really are just like, we just need to draw a freaking spell here.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Actually can't make it up. Alright, sure. Best I can do is a land. This left second Pathmaker in hand, too. Oh my god, man, this is ridiculous. We've drawn 5 spells and 10 lands. 6 spells, each of the Flood Maw. We have not drawn Wells all day, Nevin. It has not been a great day at the... Oh my god. Not been a great day at the office. Opponent is... Their deck is very good. I mean, like, they're just doing their thing, but... Our draws have not been cooperating on this side of the ball. They have drawn 5 lands all gas, so I guess they've drawn very well too. But their deck is also very good. Yeah. Not sure how we're getting out of this one, honestly, because the Serpent's also threatening too. Oops. Like, we're going to 5 here. This might be the end for this. They even put down my speed too. Oh my god.
So we've got to speed things up.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what everyone thinks I'm gonna do. Flip out, man.
Alright, yeah, I guess you win. Just 10 lands is what it is. 10 lands and no card draw spells. Yeah, we have one of those too. Thank you. Yes, I know. I know we also have those. We have those too. Alright.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Alright, you win. Alright, that's fine. Sure. 10 lands and none of our 4-card advantage spells is what it is, I suppose. Okay, we are keeping. Hand's pretty good. Bauble, cycle. Wicker folk, hello.
That is huge.
Hello again. We're going to keep both of those, actually. So, our mana is a little awkward here, but we have Fabricator and a Cycler, which is great, so... Green, green. Contrary to popular belief, it is easy being green. Little cycle from our opponent here. The sad, sad play of cycling Ketradon. Don't like doing that one, but unless you get a swamp. If they get a swamp and they want to bring it back, it's cool. Or you have a swamp, I mean, not get a swamp. Blue, green, sure. Play a 2 toughness creature, please. Green decks ain't so good at that. Starting column. Alright, so we're going to cycle Gown Strike with the intent of making a Thopter and crewing and attacking and drawing a blue source, hopefully. Or not, but sure. Still a good turn for us. I mean, we're just doing our thing, right? Need some lands, but it's fine. Playing a lot of them.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
Oh my god. Alright, I take back every complaining I had this draft. This game could not be going any better for us. Playing Packdoll first is a little tempting, but let's just get our Siphon on. Alright, so let's crew. Coming in. Speed up. Siphon on. Yeah. This is nice. Everything does go a lot more smoothly when Grim Bobble finds a target, you know? Doesn't always find the target, but going more smoothly for sure.
I'm in control here.
Harnessing the good energy, block out the bad. Harness, energy, block, bad.
Go on.
Anyone home?
Hello? We got removal spell, card draw. I know it's turn 4 and we're like, you know, only turn 4, but I feel like we're like 90% to win this game or more. Like, our deck is just, yeah, like this is like our stone cold nuts. Yeah, you got it, friend. You draw those cards. Get closer to decking. Alright, so we're gonna Packdoll Terror. Just crew. We're not gonna draw a card? I guess not, right? Packdoll's just too good not to play. And 4. Even if they were to like cast a white Wrath here, I would still have a Bauble and a Siphon in play. Like, and a kill spell in my hand. When you wish upon a lotus.
You gotta have mojo, baby.
Green rares always have reach, you know? 1 Lich, 2 Lich, red Lich, blue Lich. Here's a Veloheart bike, more vehicles.
I can fly. I'm pilot.
They got a lot of mana. I mean, you draw a counter spell? Oh my god.
Oh, it's lightning healing!
Is there?
Oh my god!
Don't know if it's a better draw there if it'll let a counter spell and they have a bunch of mana in play, you know? Alright, so let's go draw off this thing. Make a Thopter. No mill, but whatever. Pact Alter. Now we're at max speed. Play land. Crew 2. They have 6 cards in their hand, but they look pretty dead to me. Sure. You got me. I guess you're at 1. Say go. Is there any like 9 mana unbeatable card in this set that's not an artifact or a creature? Like Beseech the Multiverse? I wouldn't even do it, right? Haunt the Network. It's pretty good, honestly. I'll give him that. That's a pretty good one. 2 flying blockers and some life. Okay. Sure. Can't counter that one. And a beast. I shot. Should I have countered that? No, I don't think so. Alright, so sack our Bauble. We got bigger fish to fry. Like, we aren't really an aggro deck, we're a mill deck, you know, so Mind Spring Merfolk's cool. Sure. Keep the Merfolk. Untap, draw. They mill 2. Draw again. They mill 2. Draw planes. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna go. Maybe tapping blue there was bad with like the all blue cards in my hand, but whatever. Play Merfolk and just say go, and then just have up Voyage Home and Counterspell. They have 19 cards in library. This mills for 6. Mighty Merfolk mills for more than that. So. Oh no, it's a sorcery.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
Should be an instant. Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome to the stream. That being said, I still want to leave with a counterspell anyway, I think, so. They have. Yep, works for me. See?
Get off my...
I know what I'm doing. Alright?
Poor predictable Bart. Always takes.
I haven't cast this card very much. Should be an instant. Opponent's got 18 cards in the library, but not for long. We're going to attack with 1 Thopter. I'm going to block with 1 Wickerfolk. Show them what you got, friend. Try to get that speed on me. Try to pull that speed stuff on me. All right. Mill over a wagon and a serpent. They have a nice little Sultai pile here. So I can draw 6 and they mill 12. That's not quite lethal. but still pretty good. Yeah, sure. We'll just do that, I guess. I mean, it's instant speed. Is there a reason why I need to wait? No. Just say go. That's instant speed, right? If that was a sorcery, we might have had a different conversation, all right? But thankfully, it's not. So we're good.
On the machine!
Why would I voyage when I could just Merfolk and voyage next turn? All right, well, you got me. Now I'll draw my cards. So 6. X is 6. Draw 6, mill 12. The mill machine.
Why won't you die?
Okay. We'll discard a island. Voyage number 14. I mean, 2 mana to cast this is only +1 card, so they're gonna crew the Wrangler. Are you firing up the turducken here? Why do they want max speed so bad? Like, they want it really bad. Like, what's like the real scary max speed payoff here? Refueler, sure. Well, I got bad news for you, friends. Bad news.
No, don't do this!
Bad boy. I don't even need it. I'll do it. I have 14 cards in deck, sure. They make me feel so good. Draw. All right, cool. Okay, I think our deck is very good. I'd like to win some more matches if possible, and let's keep doing that. Love it. The Stone Gold Nuts. GeoCities, I preferred Angel Fire, actually. Yeah, I preferred Angel Fire, so.
Pointless nostalgia.
I was a hipster even at freaking, 12 years old or whatever. Alright, so we have the Nut Automaton into Siphon Draw. They have a Wicker Folk. Okay. I think that Transit Mage might be... Is it better? I don't think it's better, actually. Transit Mage for Pact Altair. And a Fabricator? Oh my god, we're just doing it all here. Alright. I can still Siphon. We just Siphon draw, and then we'll just draw Fabricator next turn. Man, we are cooking.
Boogity! Ooh, let's go racing today, boys!
Bring it on, Wicker Folk. Wow. I don't think there's anything I'd rather see on my opponent's side of the board than an endless stream of 1/3 flyers. Perfect.
Give me another one. Give me another one.
Grimbar, sure.
Somebody's playing a
That's
prank
pretty
on
funny.
me.
But, yeah. So we're gonna go, we're just Thoptering, right? Thopter, draw a card. Yeah. That's fine. Alright, so want to leave up a blue, I guess. Here's our tap land, right? That'd be nice. Just draw Pact Altair, also great. Cool. Grixis. Alright. What do you got for me, Grixis? Attack. Very powerful. Can't compete. You got me. Clamorous Ironclad on the hard cast. Sure. So now we're probably just Pact Altair draw, right? Like, do I have interest in... No. Yeah. All right. So Pact Altair. Just gonna draw right now. We ain't blocking the 6/3, so that's good too. Sure. All right. So make them rue the day they ever attack with their 1/3 flyers and say go. This is quite the setup. Pact Altair, Aether Siphon, and Fabricator. Woo! That is nice. No time for counter spells here. Maybe next turn. Okay. I can't even block this. That's pretty good, but that's fine. We can work our way through this. We're 10. Just need some blockers lined up and we'll be okay. They're at 13. They aren't dead, are they? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite. Pitatomaton's staying on defense, though. Is it, though? I want to draw a card. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting turn. We're going to find Harrier. This freaking Grip Bobble, man. Just going to leave back a bunch of blockers. Maybe we're just crewing Packdoll, getting for 4 in the air. Racing is like, we are like doing a lot of damage here too. I think I want this 0-4 back as a double block if necessary. That's true. We're drawing a card too. Alright, sure. Thought play defense pretty well too, so let's just draw a card. Mangler is actually great. I kind of love that. Transit Mage and Mangler. Is there a world we just cast Grim Bobble for a Packdoll Terror trigger? Oh shit, we're really going here. 4 blockers. I could have held the counter up. My rope's just going. I'm just kind of like losing my mind here. Just gonna do 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. They're not dead. We're short. I was playing it super defensively. I don't know. It's fine. I could pre-combat this. I mean, I bet the Harrier to pre-combat also. I think that yeah, we were not lethal. We're 1 short. Just gonna cast this. Maybe this is wrong, but it's 1 extra life on our side too. So, and then we have 5 blockers. They're at 6. Our next turn is just like drain, bounce. Yeah, Robert, 1 short, my friend. Nimble Thopterist. Sure. If the game ever slows down, we win, obviously. Because we have Fabricator and stuff, so. Pre-combat next turn, we have the Harrier for max speed, so. Or a Siphon draw. Yeah, I think we're golden here. Tense, though. Very tense. Want to kill my Transit Mage? Sure. It's dead. You got it. Now what? Cool. So, they want their speed, but we just, like, get a free block here, which is kind of nice, so that's cool. And they're at 6 with 2 blockers. I just gotta figure out if I had lethal or not before I did that, but sure. Draw planes. I mean, Harrier just blocks a flyer. It drains, or bounces a flyer, I mean. Interference also. I think I just start here. I actually should mill them too, right? Sure. Life. Fabricator attack. Force a jump. Win next turn with counterspell backup. Tense game. With Far Fortune play, things are pretty scary, but... Alright, so it's... I should have drawn first. That was stupid. Whatever. Tap this thing. Draw a card. Sure. So, mill, terror, draw, 14 to 4, say go, 5 blockers and a counter spell. Yeah, we reduced their speed, but they just get right back if they attack, so... This card sucks. Sure. 10 to 5. Can't crew the clad. Even with the cannon, it's still fine for us. 23 cards in deck. Jeez, man. This game's been a little close for comfort, considering how good our draw was. Alright. They're at 8. Are any of their attacks palatable? I don't think so, right? It's too many Thopters. Man.
Yeah.
Still going. Pact Altair's been so good. This counterspell is just awkward. It's just like, sometimes they just cast a spell you can't counter. Sometimes they just exhaust and don't cast a spell. It's just like hard to leave mana up, so... Alright, so... No attacks. Untap. What can our Pathmaker get? It can get the other Siphon. It can get... Another Automaton. Optimizer. Wicker Folk. I have to actually cast Siphon, though, of course. It's not, like, great. It is 2 Pactile triggers, which is cool. I think we just start by destroying a card. That's a lot of they have an engineer too. Wow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can go Pathmaker and still have interference up again, which is good. Pathmaker can get getting a 2-drop double triggers, but maybe you don't want to do that. They're at 7 life. I think we're trying to get in with my favorite Fabricator, but it's jump block. That's like fine though. Oh, they get double block actually because of 4 Far Fortune. So maybe you just don't do that. Sure. So we're on the mill plan, I guess. Interesting. Oh, I could get a bobble. That's true. I have a bobble left. Getting second Siphon is like that was what I thought we were gonna get. So they mill 4 for each draw mill 4, draw mill 4. And they have 19 cards is a lot. Yeah, I think we just actually let's just be aggressive here. Eat this. Pact Altair again. Yeah. Crew attack, force a block. Pretty hard to not jump here, obviously at 5 life. Yeah. I think that most of the time we're going to win by decking, but the way this game has worked out, we're just like killing them, so. Still have Counterspell up and 6 blockers. Play a dragon. A Dargon. I've seen some pretty sketchy mana bases in this format, I'm not going to lie. Combat. Okay. This is a pretty ambitious attack, right? We're going to block. What are we scared of here? There is the trample vehicle. So I think making big blocks is pretty preferable here. Yeah. Burner Rocket, that's the one. Although you can't trample over with Burner Rocket because you have to assign damage and then it adds more damage to it. So if they have a 5,000 toughness creature and they have a 5/5 trample, they'll only no trample will go over. Woo, boy! All right. Sorry, Far Fortune. Okay. Need a black source, but hand's fine. Having the mage just like such a big bonus. Automaton's cool too. 1 Aether Siphon away from perfection here. Cycling and trip up's also a thing too. Did it?
Bingo!
All right.
What is that? A statue of? I don't even know. All right. Perfect mana I get from our opponent. Why wouldn't they have perfect mana? We can show off our perfect mana too, though. Just cast Transit Mage. The counter already kind of sucks, but we ain't doing anything else here, so. Let me just cycle. It sucks to cycle like when I have always spells in my lands in my hand. Scarab God. Scarab God's cool. All right, I'm gonna draw. Fucking Grim Bobble. The counter of a Transit Mage is pretty bad for us. I'm just gonna say go. They agree. They're gonna cycle their card. Sure, that's fine. Transit Mage's bounce up's kind of cool too. Man, nothing again. All right. Well, now that I have a thing that's better to counter, I'm just gonna cast Transit Mage. Sure. Yeah, it's pretty obvious counter spell. I think this card's also pretty bad because it's so face up when they have it. Like, it's pretty easy to play around. This one we declined to play around it because we have the Pathmaker, so.
Poor predictable Bart always takes rock.
And a slow game, Pathmaker just finds frickin' Siphon, which is great, so. We draw the other card, or one of the cards we have to search for. I think I'm fine just casting this. Just get a 5/5, get a 4/4 in play, make him recast this thing. It's great. Do you have another counterspell? No. Well, then get blue shelled.
I'm Luigi, #1.
This cannot pay for the counter cost. No, it is only activate abilities. It's not a power stone. Optimizer, sure. Okay. I'm not convinced that they still don't have a counterspell. Because this game's been really, really sketchy. Like, really sketchy. Haven't done a thing. 4 cards in hand. If this doesn't resolve, we're like gonna lose the game. So I'm gonna start by just cycling this, I think. Seeing what we draw. Not with the planes. Let's start there. It's pretty good. Alright, let's bobble. I mean, if it's not a counter spell, it's a removal spell, which makes the Merfolk a little weird. But I have bounce off too, so. So if they have a counterspell and a removal spell, they might just say they use a removal spell. It's possible they have a Wrath. That is a possible outcome. But I have Bounce Off anyway, so they cast Wrath here. I just bounced the Merfolk, and like it wasn't even that good for them. Oh, you're right. I should use the Automaton for cycling. Totally correct. I did that earlier. Totally correct. Here's Quag Feast. We say nope. Sorry about that, whammy. They have a Siphon Mirror. Ooh. But they have tapped out of their ability to do stuff. So great. So we're gonna cast this Pathmaker, and we're gonna get I think just our own Siphon, right? Yeah, like assuredly our own Siphon. Sure. Get Siphon. Attack for 4. Next turn is literally Fabricator, Siphon, draw card. Just guess. Cool.
We have technology.
Nice. Nice. Plains, swamp, 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 swamp. Aether Siphon. Yeah, sure, whatever. Here's a white. And a black. And a draw. Looks to be mirror match-esque. There are no cancels in this format. The only counterspell is artifact or creature. Counter must pay 4, so... Which could counter the Siphon if we don't draw land, I suppose, but... Automaton. We draw an island, we can play Merfolk and Turducken. I'm not sure if we want to do that or not, though. Okay. Sure. The Freshmaker. Guzin asks, this is the most complicated limited set in a long time due to speed, cycling, and vehicles. I think it's more so due to the texture of the games. There are just many less free curve out wins than there are in other formats. So, like, you just got to play these really long games where the better player makes better choices and has a chance to win. So, you know, there's some games in, like, you know, All Be One Limited or Murders of Karlov Manor Limited where it's just like, you know, on the play, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're freaking dead. You have no chance, you know? All right. Well, we, just to be over here waiting. Damn. This is a true mirror. They are in deep. Yes, I agree. Having a format where board straws can actually happen is pretty sweet. I don't think this is my favorite format of all time, but I really, really like how different this format is than the last, like, 3 years worth of formats. By, like, a lot. So, here's Stock Up, which is very good, of course. It's a bad time to say I gotta pee. Alright, so mana base still looking atrocious. Yeah, like, this card is like one of the better uncommons in the format. Would be completely unplayable in most of the recent formats. Their bauble finally finds a target. Very humorous. I have a Merfolk in my hand. Voyage Home. Okay, so... Speed. The flyer is actually like a little threatening to get them up to speed. Let's just draw. Let's start there. Mangler Optimizer out. Hmm. 19 to 17. We're getting it for a lot this turn. Just like trying to figure out if we were going to win this game with damage or decking. 17 cards to their 19. We get in for 8. Still like a little concerned with a possible Wrath. Like, why are they playing all of these planes, if not for a double white spell, maybe? Because their mana base is bad, right? Like, they're at 7. I think I just say go. Do I want to draw first? I'm going to draw first. Sure. And I think I'm going to block the Engineer. Is that weird if they attack? Keep them off their speed. If they attack. I don't necessarily know that they will or not, but... If they had Wrath, would they block? I mean, probably, like... Getting up to speed is pretty important as far as, like, winning the decking war. Intimidation tactics. Wow. Alright. I feel like Merfolk is, like, almost too much for this game. Like, we don't really need a Mind Spring. We're just, like, drawing plenty of cards anyway. So it's, like, fine. As long as our Siphon sticks around, you know? I agree. I like speed as a mechanic. I think it's pretty interesting. Although I think it would be very, very unfun in, like, a super hyper fast format where you just, like, you fall behind even more. I think it's simply good in the set because it's, like, not fast paradoxically. Alright, they just say go. Alright, I'm gonna crack this. 3/5 blocker is not bad here. Oh my god. Alright, well, hopefully we don't deck this game. Oh my god, dude. Alright, so... we are going to draw with Aether Siphon.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
Sure. Preddy with the raid, thanks so much, appreciate it. You come into quite a game. Haven't dropped Pactile Terror yet. We got that. That's something to look forward to. We have 12 cards to their 17. If they're not close to speed. We fire in the Thopter Fabricator, attack with everything. I believe that's where we're at. So... there's obviously cards they can have here that are annoying for us, but I think that we are just getting in. I think hitting speed is the most important part, so we can just deck them. So, like, even if his attack falters, we still get our speed on. Alright. What do you got, friend? $24-7. We're definitely winning, right? 12 cards left. Our 12 cards left include Pactile Terror, Flood the Engine, Aether Siphon number 2, Column, Wickerfolk, Counterspell, 08, Grim Baubles. So we have some hits and some misses. They're going to cycle Valor's Flagship. Damn. They really want that speed. And they're at 3. Wow. Might they have a way to return this? That would be bad. I think we're shoving all in now. This is also 2 blockers, so they can't gain speed and have a blocker back. What do they block? Engineer block the 4/4 flyer, yeah, so. Sup, Amante? Gonna draw a card, sure. The Rangers making the playoffs is a bit of a pipe dream. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Hold Automaton for Pack Doll trigger. I mean, yeah, that would have been lethal with the Siphon and stuff. That might have been better. Yeah. I mean, the blocker is good. Like, we get to, you know, mitigate them having speed and also blockers. Because the way they played that turn, it looked like they were trying to get a shot in for speed, but all right, it's untap. We draw Grim Bobble, sure. Let's draw and draw Pact Altair. Okay. They have this roads here too. I mean, Fabricator is theoretically lethal. I imagine it's not going to work out for us, but they could have roads it on their turn. Like, I don't think bobbling down one of these guys is very useful. Does that change the math at all? I don't think so. They can bobble too. Man, what a weird game. We have 10 cards in our deck. Is there a reason why we should bobble pre-combat? Or bobble at all, actually. I don't think so. Attacking. Sure. So they block the Harrier with one of these. I think we hold the bobble. We have 2 blockers, so they can't speed us. It's also, it's information they don't have. Or they don't know, but I can't. I mean, I guess maybe scrying is just way too good here, right? Now we lost our ability to make a lot of tokens, though. But, oh, that's true. Maybe we should just crew with the Harrier and got the flyers in. Maybe that was better. Yeah, I think that was better. I think you're right.
Oh, whoops. Whoopsie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna guess this thing. Yeah, I think that was a lot better. I think I might have made a mistake there. Kill a pilot. 14 to 10. Yeah. Because we didn't speed. I mean, we were looking for our Pact Doll Terror, but like it's like the bottom card of our deck. It could be really, really awkward. Oh, one Doctor's sick, right? Yeah, duh. Mangle Cruise for 2, not 1. So yeah, it would have been one flying damage or a chump block. I think that's better, but never mind. Here's a Wicker Folk, sure. Surveil. We have Flood the Engine, second Siphon. If Backdoll Terrors are a literal bottom card, that could be an issue. They mill 2, Wicker Folk and Guide Light Optimizer. We're now winning the decking race. We get 4 looks next turn, so here's the roads. But a hell of a game. Alright, end step, crack this thing. Flood the engine, please. You can keep that. So untap, flood the Wicker Folk, get in for the damage, get max speed, draw, play Siphon, draw, and they're basically dead on board. What a weird game, right? Here come the Thopters. Only one of them needs to hit.
Is essential, Lieutenant.
You need to think, you need to drive, you need speed.
Alright, so draw. Mill 2 cards. Okay, and then play a Siphon. And then I have 8 cards to their... The cool thing is they don't have enough blue to River Monument me either. They have second Siphon also. Wow. Alright, you're up. 3 cards left. Sack that bauble. Tense Mirror. Bin 2 cards to go to 1 card in library. Yeah, if they had 4 blue and they could cast Stock Up. I have a question. How many times in the history of Magic the Gathering has Stock Up been cast with 0 cards in library? The line is 10, plus or minus.
Game. Blouses.
2 more wins, please. Oh, man, Tron, you'd love to see it. Fantastic. Snap keep. Karn's here, so we got Tron. You know? Thanks, Karn. Appreciate it. Okay. Guys, 1/3 flyers are exactly what we want to see at all stages of the game. Slow this thing down. That's a card we normally don't want to see. We have a Grim Bobble, thankfully, so the old mascot. Sorry, Karn. You're gonna be taking the long way home here. All right, so we can gas the Mangler, but let me just hold it for Pact All Terror. Yeah, if they have that counterspell here, and they can save their mascot. It's actually pretty devastating, but Karn, we are killing the doggies, and I'm out. Thanks for coming to work for 10 minutes today, Karn. Appreciate that. Whew. That's good.
That is huge.
So do hold the Mangler or no? I guess Mangler can attack next turn, right? Sure, let's play it. Play Mangler and say go. No attack for 0. Say go. Mangler's online.
First, I will commandeer the vehicle.
Attack for 1. Miss a land drop and say go? Well, didn't have a counterspell last turn, so here's Pact All Terror. Then when I can Pact her down my 3/3, they're more than welcome to. Karn, what are you doing over there, man? You can't take your cone off. I'm sorry, dude. Soon. All right, land 4. Hazard of the Dunes. Come on down. Nothing? Nothing, huh? Blue, green, green, green. 4 cards in hand. What are you up to, my friend? Okay, the 4-2. That would suck. Yeah, we're trying to draw some cards here. I think just pass the turn. Not the most mana efficient, but whatever. 3 cards and 3 life feels pretty nice no matter how you shake it. And we'll just say go. Oh, Merfolk too.
Good old rock. Nothing beats that.
That was the wrong button. Hold on. Do it over.
More predictable Bart. Always takes rock.
Karn's back. We're blocking. Blackjack, 21, and then nothing for them. Okay, so I think leaving up Counterspell here is pretty appealing. Even though casting Pathmaker is cool, they could have their own Counterspell made. It's like something's going on here, right? Last turn it was Fang Guardian. Once they play the Fang Guard, like, okay, that answers that question. Then they do it again, and it's like, all right, what's going on here? I think the Terror can attack, because if they have a second copy, you can counter it. But I think I'm not interested in casting Pathmaker here, so it's the big one. So let's attack. Damn. Damn.
Yeah.
If they had the flash plus almost to an untap, that would be very gutsy to even play that card, let alone play it defensively into 6 open mana, but that would have sucked. But Vanguard makes more sense, so.
No, you can't. Don't even try.
Oh, all right. Tap the Merfolk. Pump the brakes. And now our Pathmaker in. The Freshmaker. I think we're just getting a Siphon, right? Like, yeah, it's just pretty good. Let's search. Target review and opponent controls. Can't bounce your own stuff with the Harrier. Yeah, just a Siphon. Nice slow game. Get a Siphon. Drain for 1. We even have our Pet Automaton too. Just say go here. Should have held. Yeah, you're right. I should have played the land so I could have cracked the bobble. You're right. That's fair. That's true.
Whoops. Whoopsie.
We're an hour 8 of the stream, so I'll take a little I'm gonna pass on that one. Here comes the Engineer. They wish to crack it for 3, no problem. Hazard of Dunes. Laughable in the face of the Tyrant. Dismal battle order, so sure. Okay, for 1, speed up. Let's draw. I mean, we have Flood the Engine, but I just don't think there's any need to cast it at all. Yeah, it's just not at all. We each have a big blocker also. We could get aggressive, I guess, which is kind of weird to do with the Siphon. We could just, like, Flood the Engine, the Hazard, crew the thingy, and attack for 6. Which is, like, real. But, like, that runs afoul of them, like, drawing a bomb, whereas, like, we're already really ahead here. Yeah, I'm just gonna play with this as I go. They're not beating this board currently. We'll just hold this. In case they play something stupid. Sure. Cycle of Skyray, no problem. Take 1. 23. Crack Bobble. Gallant Strike plays. I even can work with that. Alright, let's untap. And we'll start out with a card draw. First things first. Love our islands. Gallant Strike, the Hazard of Dunes.
Get off my plane.
Waxen Shape Thief. They have this creature ETB as a copy of a creature you control. Sure. That's fine. Now they have 1 card left. They want to trade Pathfinder for Hazard of Dunes, so be it. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not even a... It's even better than that. In that case, yeah, I don't know why I thought that both of those blocking this would be not enough to kill it, but whatever. Here's Catrodon. Game's over. Just have no idea what's even going on in the game. Just like...
You know, I just do.
Minds in space, winning the game easily anyway. It's a good place to be. Draw off Siphon. Trip Up is pretty cool, obviously, with the mill, but like pretty far from that. I'll just flood this. Flood the engine, get it for 3. I don't know if that was necessary either, honestly. Like, don't really need to attack either. Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome to the stream. Play bad, win anyway, alright? You have enough cards, you'll win. Karn's disgusted with me. Yeah, it works for me. Hand's great. You got Packed Altar. What do we want? Don't have our Siphon yet, but we'll find it. Ooh. Okay. Whew. Not the rare goblin, thankfully. Mountain. If they had like the 2-1 haste there, we could be having some issues, but... Oh, no 2-drop is the freaking dream. Alright. Wickerfolk or Automaton. Wickerfolk can't block next turn because they have Threatened Exhaust, so I just play Automaton. Yeah, poor Karn's still in the cone of shame. I'll be out soon. Hit his Stitches remove this morning. Shatter! Alright. Sure. Cycle Pyroclasm. Oh, that's great for us. Alright, so, yeah, we're in phenomenal shape now. Get the Mage going. Get the Packed Altar. And this card is just so good. Like, the card advantage of this card is unbelievable. Punts on that Mog Monday life. It's pretty good. Trading with a goblin lets them have a goblin, but I think that's just better because like they can pump it next turn. So all right, so speed goes to 2. We draw our white, which is cool. Also, I mean, this is fine. Packed all into Harrier. Obviously, they can kill this. It gets awkward. And if they have a lightning strike, it's awkward too because I'm gonna block no matter what. But it's like a forced attack, so. Damn it. Alright, sure. It's really annoying. We just Harrier here, or just bounce. Is it Harrier? We draw a frickin' Siphon, you know? Like, maybe we just play Wickerfolk and Optim. No, Sim can't block the actual heavy itself. Sure, I'm just gonna play this and bounce the Goblin. It's just like, puts speed down, means they can't attack for free. Just keep them on this planet, you know? I mean, probably the plus X plus O card. It could be a cycler, just trying to like get an attack in. I just think I can't not block here. What do you got, friend? All right, awesome. So Howler's Heavy is great for us. They get a token out of it and a speed, but like obviously this is a fine block for us. So all right, we draw planes. So now we're just off to the races. We're just dumping our entire hand. The Heavy's under control, and they're at 3 speed, thankfully. Find a Siphon, please. I don't think I want either one of those cards, actually, so sure. Kind of weird to bend to your removal spells, but Such is life. And is our Spike Shell Harrier getting in here? I don't think it is. Don't have great blocks on the 1/1s, and we just need to keep this thing from snowballing. Another cycle. Maybe just a cycling deck on a weird draw. That's what it looks like. All right, that's max speed.
So we've got to speed things up.
Now they have Visca Taps for mana. But I think we're in okay shape here. Glad you got me, Metal Gear John. I've always said one of the things I enjoy most about streaming is the fact that I can make whatever obscure reference that I want, and someone in chat will get it. Block. I think the 1/3 blocks. So they have a Lightning Strike with QR4/4. Glitch Ghost Surveyor. That card stinks.
Still a piece of garbage.
I'm pretty down to just cycle the stupid trip up. Like, and then I think the question is, do we want to use the automaton for it? Because we could draw Pathmaker, Voyage Home. I think we do. We got our Siphon also. Maybe blue here as well, but I don't think the 0 power blocker matters much here. Let's cycle this. Cycle this. All right, here we are. Here's Siphon. And speed up. Draw. All coming up Millhouse, folks. All right, and now we get our speed going too. This actually means they get to Goblin us, but I think it's worth the speed. So we get a land drop and a life. Already cast their... Oh, that's gross. Little broadside barrage. Now their heavy can attack. Okay. That's... I said we need to be careful with this thing getting out of control here, but... I think Optimizer just blocks. Honestly. We're at 11. Rangers of Fuel is a pretty good card, but... Okay. Let's draw a card with Siphon. That's a big idiot. The problem is none of these cards... I guess this is fine. This is still pretty good. Alright. Well, we have an end step Bobble Sack. We are not going to attack anymore. We are off the attacking plan. That attack might have been a little greedy, honestly. Let's get control of the game first and then get speed. Speed is not necessary. So I think that was probably a bad attack on my part. And if we lose the game, it'll be because of that attack. The 4/4 is back to block there. Or the flyer. I mean, sorry, the flyer is back to block last turn. Would have been a lot better if we would have eaten a goblin and not let this goblin train keep rolling and rolling and rolling. With respect to Fred Durst, of course. Mega Block. Tap for 3 red. Activate Rangers of Fueler. It's a good card. It is a good Magic card. I mean, we got Bobble, Sack, End Step, and Aether Siphons to go off, so... A Gunner. That card's good, too. Alright. The good news is that we're relatively stable on this board, at least, so... Here's a Bobble. We've had first Siphon, yes. What about second Siphon? I don't think I can turn that one down, so... Let's go white, draw. A little late on that one, but sure. Didn't activate Gunner either. Yeah, that's a little tough, but we say go. We're 12. Marauding. Okay. Yeah, can't counter that one. Sure. Maybe we... Nah, it's just too hard to attack, I think. Because decking them is, like, super real now, but, like, we need to get our speed up. Where's Pact Altair? Did they kill that one? They did kill Pact Altair. Alright. We got some work to do. They're coming in. Taking 5. Drawing a card too, but okay. Don't think there's a card that can save us? Listen.
Another one.
We got a lot of cards to draw, okay? But it's 7. Obviously, some kind of spell would help. That'd be really... It'd be nice to draw a spell for once, but... Alright, this is actually a joke.
Somebody's playing a prank on me.
A brilliant player can get a strong hand cracked, go on tilt, and lose his mind along with every single chip in front of him.
I mean, like, you know, like... Alright, I guess. Now we're probably dead. Your turn, I suppose. Unbelievable. I mean, we lost this game because I punted, right? Like, if I had left back the Wicker Folk, one less... This card is terrible. One less Goblin in play, a few more points of life. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you draw spells, it doesn't matter anyway, but... Draw 2, discard a card, and your spells cost 1 less to cast. Yeah, we are at the point now where I don't know if we can win or not anymore. Not even gonna Mako. I mean, Gunner. Jesus. We're just dead. Alright, yeah, I mean, I think our deck is awesome. But we have run pretty bad in some of these games. Oh my god. Drew the counterspell after they stopped playing spells. Drew a million lands, yada yada yada. So go to 2. Yeah, I think we're dead here. If we had gotten to... Is there a way we could have, like, raced them? Just, like, aggressively gotten speed and just decked them? Because they only have 11 cards left, you know? Now we go flood the engine. Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should have kept this thing, but I don't know. It's, like, pretty sketchy, too. Yeah, now we drop. I mean, yeah, whatever, man. We can't even trigger risk because 3 rare draw our second card. Alright, I guess we lose. Sure. I think we were short, like, a good kill spell or two, but that deck was pretty damn good. Alright, so... I think a little short on, like, direct removal. Like, 1 or 2 more good removal spells if his deck was, like, insane. That being said, his style of deck is very good in this format. Just siphons and stay alive and do stuff, you know. Grim Bauble is... It's kind of a necessity, but is what it is. Yeah, I mean, like, the Tyrant's good in this deck. Mangler's pretty good. Really hate the counterspell. I just think the counterspell is pretty trashy. Just so many spots where it's just not what you want, and you need to draw into answers, and obviously that, like, happened in that game. You should, you know, if this was, like, you know, a good removal spell, I think our deck is significantly better. But yeah, what are you gonna do? 5 and 3 is obviously not that bad in Diamond, so is what it is. So, episode 17 of the books. You two folks, love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.